My name is Ivana Oletić. I'm trainer for Schwarzkopf Professional and I'm the member of Expert team for East Europe and Central Asia. Like you can see, my presentation today will be on English language because we are hosting today for all of the countries in our region. We know that some of the academy they are not open up to now, and it's not easy to bring whole knowledge to all the sounds which they expect and support from all of us. This is the reason why my presentation will be on English, but I hope in the future that we will have a chance to bring this presentation on a different language. Okay? Like you can see, I'm a colorist, and my thematic today was how to find a service which will be fast service in the salon, salon friendly, and which service will bring the salon work today on a higher level. This is the reason why I choose the Chroma Id. The Chroma Id is a new part of the Schwarzkopf Professional portfolio, and it's based on fast services that you can always find on every your clients in salon, the reason why to use them. The Chroma Id, for all of you which you don't know nothing about them, it's semi-permanent color, but it's based on really huge amount of the care regime in the hair. And today we'll go deeply inside of the Chroma Id, but not only technical information, we will check all of the options. I will show you some possibility how to use in the salon. I will give you some tips and tricks, and I will prove it that for you it's really now in this time perfectly to have the Chroma Id in your salon. I hope that we have a sound. It's everything fine. Show me the sound tips that you hear me, or it's everything fine. We have a sound. No. Okay guys, do you hear me? Yes, this means we have a sound. Good to know. Okay. Perfectly, yes, thank you guys. We will go directly in Chroma Id. Why Chroma Id? We have two important reasons for that. One of them is bonding technology. Bonding technology is based on care regime, which is providing the strongest bonds in the hair. This means they are not only semi-permanent color, they are masks. In the same moment where you bring the pigments inside of the hair, you are bringing the new bonds in the hair, and you make the hair much more stronger. This means it's helping you that in one part you can do two different services for your clients. Second part, it's low salt technology. Low salt technology means that the pigments in the products, they are so strong that they will stay up to 12 washes in the hair, and that you can with them directly change the level of the hair and change the reflection of the color, what wasn't really easy to do before. Chroma Id is based on two parts. You can see here this bigger bottle which we have there, and they have a number of level and the reflection. They are bonding masks, and all of them, they are connected with Ivana Oletić portfolio. They have a deepness and they have a reflection from copper, beige, red tones, from the lightest 9 to the darkest 3, which we have. Second part, which we have there, intense bonding masks. You saw it there in the smaller bottle, but you will not find the number because the names of them there, purple, red, pink. It's big difference between both of them, because here we have a deepness. Here we have a strongility of the pigments or intensity of the pigments. This part, bonding masks, we will use them always on the same level which color you choose. Like example, you are choosing 846. This color I will use only on the level 8, or on the level 7, or on level 9. One tone lighter and one tone darker. On these levels you will have the biggest results. Of course you cannot use them when somewhere is dark 4 or 5 or something like that, because they are bringing the less of pigments. They are only on a level 8. But different between intense shades of the bonding mask intense shades, they are bringing huge amount of intensity of the pigments, and we are using them on a lighter basis. Bleached hair, blonde hair, the lightest is possible, the strongest the pigments you will have. Everything what you will see in the color chart, you will achieve on this way. Always use them on a really whitest hair. Of course, you can intermix all of them together and make your some shades plus, and I will show you which shade I choose today for you. But the main reason of Chroma Id in our salons, we need fast services. One of the fast services, which it's I think the most important in that, it's refreshing the color. How many times we have a client which didn't have a time for color in the hair, and they come only on a wash the hair and blow dry, or only haircut, I will color it next time, or they don't have a time for color it. With the Chroma Id, you can always really fast, in the same time when you are carrying the hair, bring the pigments in and refresh like you was colored before, like you was colored today. The refreshment, this was my first glue when I was learning about the Chroma Id, where I will use it. And it wasn't, of course, easy to understand pigmentation, but the semi-color, what is necessary to know for all of us, it's based on pigments, like I was explaining earlier, which tone level you're using, this direction you can expect. Like example, this was my dummy head before. I have muted desert shades on a color, just a second to find the best possibility of line. This was muted desert shades, and we wanted to refresh and go to one tone darker. Here you can see the final results, which we achieved. I decided to go on 11 because here was 8. I decided to go on a 7, bring more chocolates down in, and bring new shine, like you can see between. Finally, it's huge difference, and it was only masked with the color. How we are using them, it's so simple and easy. Like a normal mask, because you wanted to refresh only the middle and dance only and backwash, you can use the Chroma Id, all of them between, directly from the bottle in your gloves and apply on the hair, or you can mix them together to achieve some more possibility and applying together with the brush. Application is like that. You're applying them like a base color, but you will see they're really smooth, nice texture, which is bringing possibility that you will be in 5 to 10 minutes down from roots to the ends. Doesn't matter how strong hair you will have or how thick hair you will have. Okay, you have two options. One of them, it's using them on a damp hair, and this is the way how we mostly using them. But if you have dry hair and you wanted to work some technique, or you wanted to have some sectioning, or you wanted to bring more pigment in, you can always use them on a dry hair. Possibility on a dry hair, I will show you in a second to dummy heads. Only for your info, this was only one tone darker shades, like it was before. And the shades which I use here, I'll show you. I was using 9.5, 4, 8, 4, 6, and pink, small amount of pink in, white pink. Every time when I saw on the hair some feeling that it's some grayish or mattish tone in, it's influence of green tones from the, like example on my dummy heads was inside of the window weeks and weeks, and of course direction of the color was changed. In this moment, my tool, perfect tool for everything is pink. Pink will always bring this brightness in the hair and bring something plus. Today I decided to go slightly more, that you will see the pink reflection, that you will feel the reason why I use it. But because of the pink, like my example was, you can only destroy that gray effect in the hair and achieve perfectly nice without any of green influence in the hair. Example how to use, because inside of the portfolio we have white, clear, this means this pink we can always dilute it when we mix them together and achieve how much pigments we need. I'll show you how to choose. Just a second. If you had a client which was colored in 5 and it's really strong gray effect, influence of the green, you can put 5 parts of one clear and 1 part of the pink. Lighter bases you have with green, less pink you will put, of course, because it will be overloaded with the pigment. Like example, if I will work on 9, which is slightly grayish, then in this case I will put 9 part of the clear and 1 part of the pink. Of course, when you mix them, and I will show you, when you mix them together, the texture is so nice for application. It's so easy to apply the products on top. You can always check the results of which you color your mix. Like example, I will do that here. I don't know if you can see it. Yes. If I'm finally decided this is enough of the pink tone, I will go directly to apply. And on the lighter basis, when you are destroying this gray effect, please control reaction. When you are satisfied when you don't have any more of green tones in, you can directly rinse out the product and it's done. Like I explained it earlier, they are masked. It's not necessary to put any of the treatments later or conditioner if you didn't plan or didn't expect, because in the same time we are caring and we are bringing the pigments in. If you will have any frizzy hair and you have this frizzy effect when you dry, you can always use spray conditioner after to only have more control on the hair. Okay? Now we will go on the second situation. This was a refresh service, and refresh service is something what will be mostly used, and it's the easiest to use because you will choose the level which you have, the level in which you want it to go, and then you will mix your color or find the recipe which we have in the color chart, because you have so many different possibility and mixes of the color to choose inside of the color chart. This means if you didn't find inside of the bucket the shades which you need, you can always find some of the mixes how to achieve this results to mix together some shades. But sometimes we have situations that the clients wanted to change the level which we have. Like example, I have a client which is almost blonde and she's thinking, or she's not sure, maybe to go a darker brown color. Mostly we are scared of that, because how to find the perfect tone that will be perfectly natural, and second, how to be sure that the clients tomorrow will not come back and tell you, I don't want to have that anymore, clean this out. We know what is happening then here. One possibility is using the Chroma Id to bring from the really lightest bases to really dark bases up. How to do that? I will show you a small trick, because earlier I was explaining that the shades we are using on the same level, not that on this lighter basis you will use 4-6 tone, which is dark chocolate, because of course will not go in the 4 level, and of course will not be a chocolate. But I make it. And it wasn't only chocolate, because my wish was to go in the chocolate with small amount of the violet shades in. How I did that is to mix together, when you need the deepness, mix together warm and cool shades. Like example, I have here, I was using 4-6 together with 5-1, which is clear on the level 5, and I put small amount of the 3-1-9, which is bringing this violet shades in. In this case, when you're using warm and cool shades together, you can really bring the deepness. If you can imagine what is happening if you have client which is so blonde, it was colored darker, we have regrowth of 2 cm, and she didn't have a time to color it. now you needed only haircut or blow dry, and we have up to now the regrow, which we don't want to have it. With Chroma Id, with combination of warm and cool, you can always achieve perfectly that look of blended, retouching the roots from our other shades which we have around. Okay, then I will show you the second retouch options. My dummy head was blonde on the front and she decided to be slightly crazy. And of course I'm scared of that because I'm sure that tomorrow she will come back in 1 month and tell me I want it to be blonde again. In this case, Chroma Id for me is perfectly to test something, to prove you how it's look. If you're satisfied, next time we can use permanent or demi-permanent color. But today, everything what I did now, it will slightly faded out, and up to 12 washes will be everything out, and you don't need it to clean nothing out of this. Inside of the fringe, I was using our intense shades. Like you can see it, I was explaining earlier, intense shades we are using on a bleached hair. On a bleached hair you can really provide perfectly tone which you choose. Inside of the roots we have purple. In between everything was some parts of the purple. Then the second color was what we can see here was blue and pink. And then we have the final one was only pink. Why blue and pink? Blue is perfectly nice color, but when you combine them together, you will achieve cool, nice blue tone, which is more sophisticated. I love this blue tone which we have in Chroma Id, but I always searching for some possibility how to achieve something more. Small amount of the pink inside of the blue, bringing the blue on a different direction and changing the direction up. Here we use them clean without any white to show you how it's look. And like you can see, in the roots was one color, middle and ends was the second one. How to combine them, how to blend them together. Now I will show you how I apply the Chroma Id and how I blending them. Of course, you can always work with the gloves, but we have one possibility how to achieve that on a different way. To show you, here is my dummy hat. We will start with the purple, doesn't matter what we have. The stronger it is, the more you will saw it go down. Okay. We have purple with slightly pink from before, which I mixed them together. Of course, you will use always the gloves. Without the gloves, you will have Chroma Id everywhere, not only in the here. They are really strong, like you can see the final results on my dummy has what was done with intense shades. You will need 20 minutes with bonding mask, with basic shades. You will need 10 minutes, and it's enough. Okay. I will start to work on a damp hair. And apply from the roots the base color. This is not any of the technique here, it was only to show you. And this dummy head, it's full of different colors because it's only dummy heads for showing something out. It's destroyed from bleach and everything. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I didn't saw any of the questions up to now. If I didn't realize, you can bring the questions again up. And put a big amount of the products in. The strongest tone you want it, the more products you will put on the top. And then I will go with my comb. again, if I wanted to blend this color slightly more down, I will put slightly more color here and use this amazing comb with wheels, or how to tell that, they are going around, and when you're using them, I hope that you can see it here, I will go directly in the inside of the strands and bring the violet more down without any of using my gloves to blend in the color. Okay, now you will not have the same problem like you have with the classic brush when you have this line between, because these wheels will provide you that the perfect balance of the application of the color. Okay, the second one I will bring slightly products more in the midlands and go down, and some strands between, I don't know if you can see it, they have the light violet between that you can really blend these two colors together. Now I can always start in midlands and then apply the second color. It's really fast, it's blended and it's connected. This was the technique which I was using. And the face, just a second. And this is the final look. The colors, they are going from one color to second one, and they are starting and finishing that you cannot see the lines or where some of the color is started. Okay, this was my second one, and now we will go up to now. We have refreshing the color, which was my first dummy hats, on the same level or one tone darker or one tone lighter. You can refresh the tone which you have. Then we have retouch, when we are really changing the level or changing the intensity. On a blonde hair, we can make the perfect pink, perfect red, blue, yellow and purple tone. And then my second one is redesign. How we can really use the colors to redesign the hair and the haircut. In my case here, I was using the base color, I was using the Muted Desert from Igora Vibrance from before. Here inside I did small section because this part was cut, that we wanted to have the strongest part inside of the fringe. Everything between is really short, you can see, and the balance is going from this side, which is longer. I decided to go strictly with clean yellow tone because really I love this gray and or some ashy tones together with yellow because they are perfectly matched in between. The second part, which we can see here I was making the texture on the hair, making some more dimension, and I wanted to show you how to really fast to achieve some techniques in your salon which up to now you didn't think about it, or you didn't work on this way, or you didn't think on this, that this too you have it in your salon. Most of the Schwarz professional salon, they know about rain color foils. They use them 1 or 2 times and then forget on that because they don't know how to more times use them. I found my way. I love it because it's perfect for the Chroma Id. Everything what I did now in 8 to 12 washes, it will fade it out, and the next time we can play with the different shades. It will not stay, and then I will not have any of the issues how to clean something out which we have a gaps. There are the special foils. We have 2 different ones, the texture and the volume. Here I was using the texture because the texture have a bigger gaps. The first I was coloring everything in a yellow in the middle and dance. Then I was putting the foil on the top, applying the chocolate tone, and then after 10 minutes I rinse out, and this is the final result. I will show you how to do that, how you can see how it's working. And the reason why I'm using this chocolate, because if I'm using gray instead of yellow, it can slightly go to green final results. This was the reason why I choose this chocolate tone and make it this texture more sophisticated and nice look, which the next time we can change. We can go in some pink tones, we can go in some violet tones, we can always do some different way. How to do that? I will show you. We have two parts of the foil. One of them we will put down on the strands of the hair. The second one we will put on the top. I will show you here. We will put on the top of the strands which we choose it. It will not really work, to be honestly. Okay, it's fine. And then we will apply on the top, because the gaps will only provide the penetration of the pigment in, and everything around will stay like it was before. And then I'll show you that on my dummy hands, that you can perfectly see how it's really work on the hair. Here I was using the pink. Small strands. The paper foil is going down, the strands is going on the top. Then I was using the foil on the top with the gaps and apply the color, and now we will remove that out. Finally, this is the Chroma Id rainbow in the hair. Okay? For me, I think this is the perfect tool when you have some strong fringe or some part which is really longer, or you have a part which you wanted to put in the first plan. Then it's perfectly to use the rain color for this technique and bring the new lights in the hair. I know that most of you have question of your blonde clients. I have it, I'm sure that you have it. After years and years they're blonde, they wanted to change something, they wanted to something in, and sometimes it started to be boring to make small strands or only roots in the intense, and we are always calculating what will be happen the next time when I needed to clean this out. Because of that, because of Chroma Id, you don't need it to worry, because in 12 wash will go everything out. If between your clients it's not satisfied and you wanted to clean them out perfectly, I'm satisfied, because we can clean them with bleach, or better of that, it's color remover, because with small application, several minutes, Chroma Id is going out, and finally will come back in the shades which you have before you was using Chroma Id. Okay, up to now I didn't set any of the questions. If I miss something, let me know, I will answer it. Like you can saw it today, we had refresh, retouch, redesign, using the Chroma Id in 3 different reasons. There are more and more and more of them. Repairing the color when you have some issues, how to make the tone, or like example in my case, here in the front, when I was refreshing the color, here was the level 7, and then I wanted to finish the same shades inside of the fringe, which was lighter. I wanted to have 3 tones lighter shades. How to do that? Because here I used the recipe which I was showing before, 9.5, 4, 8, 4, 6, and pink. Really easy. There are 3 tones lighter shades I wanted to achieve. I will put 3 times more white inside of this recipe to achieve finally the same direction, only level will be lighter of this which we had before. This is one of the way how to calculate and how to do some your possibility and think before you are using them. Okay, and the last one is retail. Like you can see, there are the fast services for all of us. We have a lot of clients which they don't have a possibility to visit our salon between of coloration, or they don't have a time to visit, or they will not, they wanted to take care about their colors. One of possibilities is retail segment of Chroma Id. because we have small packages of 5 shades. You can provide to your clients the Chroma Id shades for at home. And small trick for you, if like my example is 777, it's not the wish which I wanted to have, you can always find the color inside of the color chart which is similar of the wish which you want, and then you can inside of that shade 777, like example, if I want to have chocolate in level 6, I'll put 5-1 because it will change direction and achieve, because the ball they are not full up to here. You can always make and make the shades for your clients to make individual for them, and they will appreciate that because you make their color, not someone else. Okay? Thank you guys. I think we are with timing out. It was my pleasant journey with you the last half hour. I hope that you found some reason why to have Chroma Id, why to try something. Like you can see, I didn't use the recipe like 5 parts, 1 part, because Chroma Id is one part of the color. It's not something that you needed to calculating so much. You can always mix them and check on a tissue how the color will look, and you can directly apply on the hair. And I expect from you that you will mix the colors, that you will make your recipes, and that you will have a nice time with creating the new options with Chroma Id. Thank you all of you, and stay with us the next week. Every week we will finishing our project which we started in time when we was at home. I hope that you have nice time with us. If you wanted to have that more, let us know. We will find a way how this knowledge bring in your sound in the future. Thank you. Bye.